All right, got another problem here for you. So basically what we're doing here, it says light travels at a certain speed. We're given the radius of Earth, and we want to know how many times could a ray of light go around the Earth. So here's my Earth. We want to know how many times could a ray of light go around the Earth in 1 second. Okay, we're given the velocity of light. It's 2.99 times 10 to the 8th meters per second. And then we're also told the radius of Earth equals 6.37 times 10 to the 6th meters. So we want to know how many times can this thing go around the Earth. So really, we just need to divide the distance that light travels in 1 second divided by the distance that it travels. And that will tell us how many times it goes around in 1 second. So the circumference of the Earth is the path that it will follow. And that equals 2 pi times the radius of Earth. Okay? So, the distance that light travels in 1 second divided by path length equals the number of times around. Okay. So the time that it gets in 1 second is just going to be 2.99 times 10 to the 8th meters per second divided by 2 pi, and then I'm going to plug in my radius of Earth. So this would be velocity times 1, all divided by 2 pi r Earth. Now I'm just plugging in down here. So then I have 2 pi 6.37 times 10 to the 6th. And I get 2.99 e to the 8th divided by, parentheses of course, 2 times pi times 6.37 times 10 to the 6th. That gets me about 7.5 times around the Earth in a single second. That is how fast light travels. If we're going to do sig figs, here's my sig figs that we're really dealing with here, 2.99, 6.37. So we should have 3 sig figs. So I'll have 7.47 times around. Okay, so that was part A. So light, we just found out that light can go around, if you could bend it around the Earth, light would go around 7.47 times in 1 second. Part B asks us to do the same thing for a sound wave in 10 days. So we're told that a sound wave travels at 343 meters per second. And we want to know how many times around. In 10 days. Okay. So it's just kind of the same thing again here. So we're going to do distance that sound travels in 10 days divided by the path length. The path length will be the same. We're still going around the Earth. So then we really just have to deal with this unit conversion between seconds and these days here, but that's not too bad. So I'll call this N light. So then N sound, the number of times that sound goes around, equals 343 meters per second times 10 days. There are 24 hours in one day. There are 60 minutes in 1 hour. And there are 60 seconds in 1 minute. Divide all that by 2 times pi times 6.37 times 10 to the 6th. That should give us everything here. So I have 343 times 10 times 24 times 60 times 60 divided by 2 times pi times 6.37 times 10 to the 6th. What do you know? We get 7.4 times. So light can travel around the same distance in 1 second as sound can in 10 days. And then if we're going to do sig figs for this one, our lowest number of sig figs for part B was this 10. There's no decimal point right here, so it should just be a 1 sig fig. So we get 7 times around. And that is your answer.